to Unsightly Television. We are your hosts, Ethan.
And Jonah. And today we have a special guest for you. Cody Deer. Great dude, redhead back here. Okay, so today we get to talk about a cancerous game that I don't really have a good opinion on. But it's Ark Survival Evolved. Ark is a sandbox survival game. For those who don't know what a sandbox game is, it's an open world game that gives the players a few limitations and they can change the world to their liking. Your goal of the game is to get as far as you can and face off against the bosses. One of the big things about the game that puts it different from other survival games is that there's dinosaurs and tech beasts in there. The main basis of the game is to raise dinos, get tech, raise more dinos, get tech, face bosses, get tech, raise dinos, face bosses again, get tech.
I think we get the point, John.
There's 6 different maps that you can play on. They're all different for different skilled players. Like, there's the island. The island is the first map that I would recommend any new player to play.
Right,
Like,
it's the basic map. It's really easy to kind of just maneuver around that map.
Like, it's the map that most people start on. Like, even if you just start the game, like, you can usually find nice people there as well. Usually.
Sometimes there's toxic players.
The center, which is the second biggest map, there's different bosses there. It's for a few more experienced players. It's a more water-based map. There's a lot more water travel. In this one, you need to make a boat. Then there's Scorched Earth. One of the harder maps, wouldn't you say?
Like, it's one of the hardest because the heat just bears down on you and all the weather that can...
Like it also added, 3 new weather effects, which is the sandstorm. Worst one of all of them. Drains your stamina, you can't see, drains your dino stamina. Just horrible things that can happen, because stamina is a great thing in the game. Then there's the lightning storm. If you're higher up in tiers, you'd probably say that this is the worst one, because it destroys your generators, it destroys your turrets, it destroys everything electrical and turns them off for a while. And then there's the heat wave, which, whoa, heat's a bad thing in general on this map. Heat wave's going to be like, woohoo, you are going to die.
Right, and it's really hard to find water in this map.
Yeah, that's another thing. Heat drains your water.
So this map introduces a new dino that actually carries water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does. There's actually a few dinos that carry water.
Yeah.
The jug bug, which carries water, and what's the other one? The camel kind of dino.
Yeah,
Can't really remember its name.
It kind of looks like a camel.
But it carries water, and then even during the heat waves, they added something new that makes you even hotter still, called the Phoenix. You try to tame the thing, but good luck. It has infinite stamina, can destroy you in every aspect, and runs away. It's a passive tame as well, which means that you can't knock it out and tame it, yet continually attack it with a flamethrower or a fire wyvern.
Yeah, and this map also introduces the rock golem.
And the fire wyvern.
Yep, let's say you're just running around.
Looking at some rocks, and then boom, out of nowhere, there's this giant dude on top of you, and he
Right,
crushes you in one hit. That's a nice thing. Then there's the wyverns, which fly around the map. The only flyer in this map, other than RGs, by the way, which is a eagle type bird.
It's a big eagle, yeah.
They spit fire, ice, and lightning.
Lightning, yep.
The wyverns.
The wyverns. The wyverns spit
Yeah,
fire, ice, and lightning.
ice, poison,
Oh, I forgot the poison.
lightning.
Yeah, it's just a really hard map, and there's a lot of good people on there, and it used to be the only map that people could do anything. This is also the map that they added in the transferring of items, so you could take items from the island or the center to Scorched Earth, and you could take Scorched Earth items to the island and the center, and this is what kind of ruined the map.
Yeah, then people can get OP dinosaurs. And
Yeah, also pterodons weren't in Scorched Earth, so it just kind of completely destroyed. That's actually where the first nerf came into for pterodons and their speed nerf. All flyers can't upgrade their speed anymore. Then there's Ragnarok, the biggest map of all of them, which is a really nice map. Actually, Extinction might be bigger now. Oh well, I haven't played Extinction because I kind of fell away from Ark. Ragnarok is the biggest map. It's one of the easiest maps to get resources on. You can get all dinos on this map because it was a custom map that somebody made that Ark purchased from them, and so they now have the rights for it. They made it so you can get wyverns, rock golems, like you can get mostly everything on this map, and it just made like the bigger tribes all gravitate towards this map because you could just resource farm for days and be fine. Then you have Aberration Extinction. If you thought other maps were broken at the time, Ark developers did not care about their people at all, and they added in Aberration Extinction. Aberration was there to give people a challenge. I'll give you my first experience of Aberration. I spent 30 minutes looking for a rock to start the game. The rock is the first thing you need to make a pickaxe, and it took me 30 minutes to find one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to get lucky, and there has to be an earthquake or something, but there was no rocks on the ground. It was not a fun time. I quit the game after an hour. I died four or five times from Ravagers and Nameless. It was Nameless are a beast that can't be killed, by the way, that spawn just in front of you in the dark. The only way to get rid of them is glow sticks and other light pets.
Right, because Aberration was about, you had Scorched Earth about heat, and Desert Aberration was about light and dark.
Yeah, it's like, yo, every Ark player hates playing in the dark anyways. Let's make an entire map based in the dark. It has like a 5-minute day and like a 45-minute night. And also in Aberration, they added in some broken things that you could transfer to other games. Let's just go over some of them. The rock platform that you can make a base pretty much anywhere. The wingsuit. You can fly now. Pretty early in the game. Batteries, which can charge up your turrets and you don't even have to use a generator anymore. I think that's only a few of them. I don't play it, as you can tell. My knowledge isn't that good on it.
Yeah.
I think the dinos in Aberration, too. They've added in really good dinos like the Rock Drake, and you had some other stuff, and you could transfer that to other maps and just, yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. Because
that's right.
Nice Mrs. Reaper Queen.
Yep.
No, it's the Reaper King. The only dinosaur that you could transfer to another map. It's solo a boss fight because they don't take damage unless they have a light source.
Yep. They definitely didn't think about that one.
You could solo a boss fight. Boss fights used to... Oh, that's another thing. They finally cared about their players a little bit. Because in the beginning that you play Ark, the islands, the center, Scorched Earth, it was insane about thinking about doing a boss fight, even with a tribe of maybe 8 people. Because there was people who had to go into creative and still couldn't almost beat the boss. Because they had regeneration, they can kill you in one hit, and even in creative you can instantly die if you take too much damage in one hit. They listened to that a little bit, and they made bosses a little easier, but now the Reaper King can solo a boss fight. If you have a max level one,
I believe the Reaper Queen can too.
You have to force tame the Reaper Queen.
Right.
Because she's untamable. Let's also go over the breeding process for Reaper Kings. That's a great one. The Reaper Queen has to impregnate you, the player. And then you die when the baby is born. Great thing. Then let's go to the last map because we're trailing on too much about Aberration. It's a garbage map anyways. Extinction. In Ark, later once you defeat bosses, you get tech. It's it's literally called tech. It's not like the technology that you build. You can build turrets, but tech lets you build futuristic things like jetpack, a jumpsuit, X-ray vision, helmet.
Yeah.
A railgun. That's a nice one. I've had a railgun. Creative though, because it's impossible to get regular. But the railgun can kill everything. Tech, once you defeat the bosses, can do some amazing things that make boss fights easier. In Extinction, you don't have to fight bosses for tech. You can destroy some light posts and get tech. Light posts that are distributed all across the map to get tagged.
Well, Extinction is kind of like Ark's ending story. I think Extinction's their last map. It's kind of, as you go throughout and you fight the bosses, you find out, okay, Ark is like the world, our life, has been taken over by aliens, and every little different island is just a different simulation. So then as you fight the bosses, you learn more, and then I think Extinction was their callback to what our Earth is now in that world, which it was extinct, obviously. And I'm assuming that they're going with the storyline that Earth was more evolved and that we called upon these aliens that came down and took us over and put us in this dinosaur world.
Like, I'd almost agree with you, but there are some secret cutscenes that we still haven't seen
Fair.
for the Extinction, and
Yeah.
they did add some dinosaurs. Like, in Extinction, like, you can have an affected dino, and the affected dinos are a little insane. Like, I'll go over the alphas first. Alphas have a kind of red glow going over them. They're like, what, like 2 times harder?
Yeah,
I think-
they
well,
scale.
We always call them Cheeto dust.
Yeah, it's Cheeto dust. Like, they're 2 times harder than a regular dino, and only like carnivorous dinos could become alpha, and their aggro ranges increase, so they instantly want to attack you from even further away. They have more health, more attack damage, more speed. They're just kind of things that you want to kill because you can't tame them. They're literally there to kill you. In Extinction, they added in the infected dinos,
Yep.
which again makes the dino like stronger and everything. And then you have like the infected alpha. Like I've seen a video where the dude saw an infected alpha Gigasaurus, and it was just an insane thing. Like he forced him, and he could kill almost everything like really fast. Then there's what else? Like in Extinction, like you have a whole bunch of dinos, like the what is it? Like the I can't remember the name. The Defenders. They're more of a tech kind of dino and everything. Like they're just kind of like an insane dino that and the Enforcers. They finally added a dino that can teleport, which
Not
Let's-
the best idea.
let's go over first some of the bugs that they had with that. That was a nice thing. First of all, let's teleport in somebody's base. That's always fun. Like, I have a dinosaur that could teleport inside your base. That's cool. It's not like I built the fences outside for you not to be able to get in my base. The Enforcer, which can roll up to a ball that can take, like, no damage. It can protect its rider as well. Like, the drone, like, they have shoulder pets in this one. They made a new shoulder pet, technically. But it flies around behind you and attacks things. It can, like, spot, like, secret kind of treasures. Like, it can spot the Explorer's Notes,
Sure.
which I
Yeah.
thought was a little good. Explorer Notes give you experience.
Yep. And yeah.
And gives you more information about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Extinction, they really went for the futuristic feel.
Right.
Yeah.
But they didn't really think about that as a whole for the
Right.
rest of the other maps.
Right. They really rushed it.
They did.
Like, one of the things that I think they should have done is like, this map was released, like, it was supposed to be, like, released, like, late December, and it was released, like, no, it wasn't supposed to be late December. It was released in, like, November, and it was supposed to be released, like, before that even, and I still think they released it too early. There were so many broken things in the game, like, what's the dinosaur? The new one that's in the new dragon kind of thing.
So I don't know.
They just like there's a whole bunch of overpowered dinos. Like there's one that could freeze people, but it could only freeze like not tames at the beginning, and they finally changed that. Then you have like the ice owl, which was so broken. Like it could heal itself if it went into the dive bomb stage and heal itself and other dinos around it to full health in like maybe a minute, which was insane. Because like if you raise a dino and you get it down, it takes like hours to get its health back up. and like this one
Right.
could do it in like minutes.
Wow.
You have the gotchas, which were in essence a living supply drop. Supply drops in this game would give you like maybe a rifle, like a Mastercraft rifle that would do like maybe 200 damage if you're lucky. The gotcha would give you like an Ascended, the best thing in the game. Like I saw a dude who had a Fab sniper rifle, the best sniper in the game. It could shoot multiple shots, and he got a fabricated sniper rifle that did 1,200 damage a shot. Mind you, a player has like starts off with like 100 health, and this one does 1,200 damage a shot.
And how much health do you go up on each level that you gain?
In a normal server, it's like
20, I think it is.
I don't think it's 20. I think
it's
it's
10.
10.
Yeah, no,
I think it's
it is.
10.
We
Yeah.
play on 2 times usually.
Right. So you level up.
So yeah, and that was from feeding a gotcha rocks. You could get an Ascended sniper rifle. I just thought that was completely broken, and you could get even better things if you use the owl pellets, and I think it was metal, because metal would give you the best stuff just outright, and then the owl pellets would like increase the rarity of it, and it just gave you insane loot. Like there's people like you just have to tame an owl. The owl isn't that hard of a tame. You just gotta kind of have some fur armor to go in the colder areas. You tame up the ice, like the snow owl, and then you can get a gotcha right away. Gotchas are like one of the first tames you can have. And you can literally set yourself up in an ARC server in like maybe a day.
Yeah.
Like on the island, you'd maybe have a stone
Especially
base.
if you have the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have the right people, you could set up faster than that. Like if you're running into an extinction server with maybe 20 people,
Yeah.
like I feel like you could mine out every metal spawn in the map and not have a respawn for a while. You could cover up so much stuff. You could just equip people so fast. Like that's like the game was broken and they just continually made it more broken. Like one of the worst factors in this entire game was transferring dinos that aren't supposed to be in the other
Yep.
server.
Yeah.
That's just
Like that's one of the most broken factors. Like then you can transfer items as well. Like if you have a glide suit on the island from like Aberration, it's just kind of insane. You could do like insane stuff. What else is there?
I
Like
feel like personally the dinos are the bigger problem.
yeah,
The items aren't, you
Right.
know, you can get some pretty crappy items and just be, you know, toxic on other servers, but the dinos.
right. Especially you get like a Wyvern in the island,
Yeah.
right? Because that's where all the starting players are,
yeah.
and then they're seeing a guy
it's
riding
stupid.
on a Wyvern. It's just crazy.
And like even to kill somebody on a wyvern, you have to have decent skill as well. You have to be using long necks, and you have to. Like the only thing that I like that they put in the game is that it's shot accuracy. What is it? Like
First shot.
yeah, first shot accuracy kind of. Wherever you're aiming, the bullet's gonna go there. There's no travel time of the bullet. There's no bullet drop. It's gonna hit if you were aiming on that spot.
Right.
So even if they're moving away, as long as you hit, like the bullet was on them, it's hitting. That's the only thing I like. And if you have a long neck rifle with like maybe Mastercraft, if you get a headshot and a body shot, they're pretty much dead unless they're running Ascended armor.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's really the nice thing. And the long neck rifle being one of the first guns that you can craft can give like people a fighting chance against other people,
Right.
because like even like big tribes use long neck rifles till like the end of the game.
No, especially if you're like Ebola,
Yeah.
Mhm.
stops them right in their tracks.
Like if
for
you can
seconds,
like
well, you can put some rounds into them.
yeah. Like there's a lot of things to try and counteract like the balancing. But like you're right, the dinos are a really big problem. Like
Yep.
the ice owl, the gotchas, the reapers, the enforcers, but those are kind of garbage now.
They just need to, you know, make a list of like these are the dinos we can transfer back and forth. These need to stay out.
Yeah, there needs to be
Right.
like
I feel like it should be
exclusive
the
dinos.
basic dinos
Yeah.
that were in the game.
Yeah. But then again, like people would argue with that, and there's already enough people mad at the ARC people already.
Right.
Like, cause like every single time they released a hot fix not too long ago for Extinction, like when like maybe a week or two after the map came out, maybe even 3 weeks, and it literally just wiped every single Extinction server. No warning to the players on the servers at all. Just wiped the entire server.
Oh, yeah.
It destroyed all build, destroyed everything they wanted. It popcorned all of their stuff. Popcorn means it put all their stuff on the ground and everything has to despawn, like timer.
Yep.
It literally did everything. Like you should have seen, like there was a streamer that was doing something. Like every single server that had people on it at one time literally lit up with people like activity because everybody was in there trying to save their stuff. Like that's what the Ark developers gave no warning at all for like the wipe of the servers. Usually there's like almost a 6-month notice that they're gonna wipe a server.
Yeah.
And this one had zero warning at all and just got wiped. Like every Extinction server, that's like close to 1,000 servers, got all wiped. And like I can already tell you, that's the day that a lot of people fell away from Ark gameplay.
I think a lot of people fall away just naturally because Ark's a huge social experiment, and just one of the most basic social experiments of like when you put people together, people are going to join up together. They could all work together, but then people are going to split, and they're going to attack innocent people. They're going to just be toxic, and like it happens to all of us.
Just because they want your supplies.
Yeah, just cause, and some of them just do it for fun too.
Yeah, there's like people who download, like also downloading of characters is a pretty big thing.
Right.
Like you could play for a really long time and get like a level 90 character. It takes a really long time just to get a level 100 character. And there's people who literally just transfer server to server and just punch people to death because they've upgraded most of their melee so they can like 2 to 3 punch like new players.
And their speed is just insane.
Yeah. Like we've all encountered it. We've all played on a
Yeah,
server
you
where
see a
someone does
guy
it.
who's naked.
Like-
he's level 100, and he's literally running so fast he could jump across a river.
And he also has swamp fever. Just to
Yeah,
give him
can't
Yeah.
forget about
Yeah.
swamp fever.
Yeah.
All the diseases in this game.
Like there's 3 diseases. I think that's it actually in the game. There's swamp fever. There's like a leech disease.
Cave
Maybe there's
rabies.
and cave rabies. Yeah, so the leech disease can be helpful. It's kind of like swamp fever, but it makes you immune to radiation. That's another thing. In Aberration, there's radiation. You make a hazmat suit, you could still die. Radiation's just garbage.
Well, yeah.
Kills your dinos too, faster than it kills the player. It'll kill the dino before it kills the player.
Really?
Yeah. And you don't even like really notice it on the dino until they're almost dead and you're halfway in the radiation zone.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there? Back to the swamp fever. Swamp fever is a disease, so it doesn't it lower your strength, weight, and health? Yeah.
And
But
I
it
think
ups your
stamina, too.
speed.
I don't think it ups. I think it ups your stamina and speed. I think it's the only thing that ups is your stamina, speed, and food consumption.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh well, swamp
played in a
fever
while, so.
goes around and it can infect different dinos. I like that they finally fixed it and it doesn't affect all dinos. It only has certain dinos that it can affect, like the dodo, for example, the best dino in the entire game.
The dodo.
The dodo. He runs around. The person will run around trying to punch you, get in your base, steal your stuff, and the entire time, if you get infected by swamp fever, you have to do some insane stuff to try and get rid of it. Like you can transfer your character to a different server. You've done it. You can try and make the recipe to fix yourself from swamp fever, while in the meantime not going towards anybody else because most people will kill you on sight if they have the ability to if you have swamp fever.
Yep.
Right.
Because don't you have some that rolls around your head?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how you know.
And then mega rabies. If you have mega rabies, you're gone. Or if you're in a vanilla server, if you're not in a 2 times or a 3 times server, you're just gone because it drains your health like that. Like boom, your health is gone. Like you have insane speed. Like mega rabies ups your speed but drains your health so fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the toxicity of this game. Like there's people that run around. There's people who snipe you, like get in a certain spot and try and snipe you and kill you and then steal your stuff. There's people who literally offline raid you. So when you go offline, they'll kill all your dinos. Like I've seen people just kill all my dinos, not even go on my base and raid it. You just killed my dinos for fun. There's people who are like, oh, you attacked me first, and they try and get other people to help, but in reality, they attacked first. There's people that are just literally going on the server to try and kill you. Like that's their main basis of the game, is to go on a server and try and kill new players.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, there's also really good people, like we've met with Jeds and
Yeah, some
what
of
was
our
the
friends.
tribe name?
I can't remember.
I think it was Ninja Clan or something. It was
Something like
stupid.
that. Yeah.
Where like you have some tribes that are just trying to get big, and with Jed's tribe, it was to try and make money in the end. But who just try to get big, and then they're just nice to new players. They recruit different people, and then that lets us experience the game more because we were able to get better equipment. We were able to get really strong dinos and stuff, and we had access to almost pretty much everything just through the good people.
Like everything on the different servers.
Right.
Like they tried to get everybody to go to like different servers and help, but like the people who recruit you to a tribe that's a big tribe, like they spend too much time in the game. They have too
Yeah,
much
well, yeah.
dedication for the game.
Yeah.
Like they have like Jeds would literally get on every single day to play this one game. Like there's YouTubers out there there's a YouTuber out there that's played the same game for a full 3 years. He gets on every single day, makes a video of it every single day, and plays the game and has fun. I still don't know how he has
Yeah,
fun.
he's a really nice guy though.
I mean, once you start getting attached to the dinos you tame and raise, it becomes pretty fun. Which, I mean, me specifically,
Yeah.
have gotten very
Yeah.
attached to some dinosaurs, and was like legitimately heartbroken when they died. And you know, some of them I watched die. Some of them got offline killed. I mean, you know,
Some of them I've killed.
yeah, you know that's like one of the best parts about the game is getting dinos and raising them and connecting with them.
Not to mention if you start the hard process of like breeding.
Breeding, yeah.
Like if you get like a 9th or 10th generation breed off of your first one and it dies, you just want to rage quit. You just want to
Yeah,
end the
'cause-
game right there.
Breeding, it takes so much time.
Like if you're playing vanilla, like a breeding, like just say you're breeding just a regular dino, like it's like what's a nice, like you're breeding like one of the dodos. Let's go with that one because everybody knows what a dodo is. It's a great bird. Let's just say you're breeding a dodo. Like even the dodo, even though it's a lower tame, it can still take you like maybe 6, 7, 8 hours to get it tame off of it. Because you have to wait for the egg to incubate, you have to wait for the thing to get out of infant phase, juvenile phase, and then be in its then to be in adult phase, and the entire time you have to be looking after it with it imprinting on it, which is making it stronger, like feeding it to make sure it doesn't die. Like it's just a grind when you start breeding.
But the payoff.
But yeah,
Right, you know.
if you imprint on a dino and you are riding the dino, like you can't really do that with a dodo, but there's other ones there, and you're riding the dino, it takes like, it does more damage and takes less damage. It's a great benefit. But like, then you have like the problem of, yo, let's get wyverns that are imprinted.
Right.
And like, you could put like maybe 80 shots of the long neck rifle into it, and it still doesn't die because all they've pumped is health and attack damage.
Or an
And
RG. You guys ever breed RGs?
No, I haven't bred them, but
like,
We've
honestly,
seen-
the biggest part about breeding is that even though a dino can look ugly at the in adult phase, when you breed them and they're a baby, they are adorable.
But I mean, we've seen some pretty good bred RGs. You remember John Stamos?
Oh yes, he was a great RG.
Yeah.
Like, Like, my favorite dinosaur to this date, well, creature at art to breed, that I've seen is a baby penguin. You will lose it when you see a baby penguin. We're going to put that in the video. We're going to find a baby penguin. It's going to be a baby penguin.
All right.
I love baby
Is that-
penguins. Yeah, that, like, I guess that's all. Like, you got our opinion on the game. I personally don't like the game. I want to try and play it again, though.
Right.
I can play it in bursts.
Yeah.
I
you
can
can
put a
go-
month in,
And then you gotta take a couple months off.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
gotta play
like
another game.
we're almost about to end this, but like I forgot the one thing. Like spawning like I played the game like 3 days ago maybe. Yeah, you already heard the story. I played the game like 3 days ago, and I spawned South Zone 2 on the island. The island's like the easiest map, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this is a good game. Like I'm gonna spawn here. It spawns me like miles away from South Zone 2, and it's like, okay, this is fine. Spawning in with my brand new character. I die off spawn to a snake. I let
Titan
myself die. It's like, okay, I didn't spawn where I wanted to spawn, but we're going to do this again. We're going to spawn again. I spawned on the other side of the map. I don't know what was going on with spawns that day, but spawn on the other side of the map. A Carno and an Alpha Rex proceed to destroy me at that spawn as well. I'm like, okay, I'm about done with this game. About done. Spawn South Zone 2 again, see what's going to happen. I spawn where I want to spawn this time in South Zone 2. I find a holiday gacha. I didn't even know gachas were in the island right now because I haven't played it. So I was like, oh my god, it's a gacha. I'm going to have so much loot. Later found out that I can't get loot unless I go in the hard zone, so that's kind of out of the question now. But the gacha dies, and I die, both to a level 95 female raptor. At this point, I close app, and I haven't played it yet.
Right.
Yep.
One quick note. Ark does a really good job of having real-world dinosaurs. So, like,
Yeah.
base game dinosaurs are mostly real-life
Like
dinosaurs.
real dinosaurs.
Right.
Until you get, like,
Until
Until
you start
into
getting...
the
Aberration
DLCs.
and
Right.
Extinction and Ragnarok, where all the things are like, yo, hey, waiver and stuff.
Yeah, where obviously they start throwing in fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
just that base game of, like, seeing actual dinosaurs and stuff, that's really fun. And it's really, you kind of learn. You kind of see the dinosaur toys throughout, stores and stuff, and you're like, hey, I know it's that one,
Yeah, this game has taught me quite a bit about dinosaurs. Like, it has.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a good game. I would recommend it if you haven't played it, but play with friends. You can't play it by yourself.
Right. You gotta have a tribe to start out the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to play with at least 2 to 3 people. But I think that's it for today.
Yeah. We're gonna put gameplay in the link in the description below.
Yeah. So if you guys really want to check out the game, you can. It's going to be a nice gameplay. Oh, you're going to see that baby penguin, too. I'm going to put that in.
Yeah. He's gonna try to get the baby penguin in there.
If I don't forget. Remember that. I have to remember. Baby penguins, though. Yeah.
We'll go find me another bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll kill it
The
again.
generation, Ontario, New York. We'll get somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, boys.
This
Well-
has been Unspeakable Television. No,
Un-
Unsightly Television.
Unsightly television. Oh man, you almost had a break there.
Yeah.
Pretty
Sorry.
soon we're gonna have a website and a bunch of social media links.
Oh,
to
yeah,
our,
yeah. We'll have to
to
we'll start putting
our
that in there,
channel.
too.
All right, we're gonna go big. We're hoping to have this guy on here
Some of the times, maybe not.
some of
all.
the time. Maybe not all of them, but we're hoping to have him on here more to talk about our game reviews. Maybe we can expand on that too.
Like next time, which is one of my favorite games. That we'll
Yeah,
be
you
talking
guys are
about.
gonna wait till next time. We might do that tomorrow.
Yeah.